What is going on with you guys? This is the Jaanu official trailer. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it at least. It has a lot of powerful actors, like big actor names. That's a big plus in my eyes, and it actually has a good dislike and like ratio. I've heard this is a love story, and usually love stories don't have that good of dislike-like ratios. It says the movie is a millennial love story. To be honest, I don't really enjoy love stories that much. I'm not gonna lie. And the problem with that, as I feel like, is because I compare them to bigger titles. Let's say I compare this Jaanu to Reyes instead. It's like comparing sleeping on wooden floor or in a bed. Obviously you can sleep on the wooden floor without problems, but you would rather sleep in a bed, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing, I feel like, and that's the problem with this. Either way, I'm not going to be too fast to judge it because it has a very good like ratio, so this ought to be good, I suppose. So let's jump right into this, I guess. Let's go. Oh my god, he's basically death threatening them right away. Is it because they're... But you don't say you want to strike someone. But that's good. I like this so far. Is it lagging? Or is it part of the trailer to lag like that? And these are some awesome scenes. This kind of reminds me of Dilwale. Not on the same level because Dilwale has insane senior graphics. What? To run for his company, yeah. Who wouldn't want to work for Zuckerberg? Wait, he actually got the job? Because look at the houses they're in. I assume he got the job because that requires a lot of money. And that's cannibalism. That's not true. If you're doing something bad, the way to atone it is not to keep doing it, right? Like let's say you're stealing. It doesn't become any better because you steal more. By the way, did you see that scene where she pretended to be pregnant? Oh, so they're separating. So now they're upset because they're leaving each other, basically, and she's almost killing herself there. Holy shit. This looks better than I thought, to be honest. I didn't think it would be this good of a movie. What? So they're separating and they're fighting because of that. That's an interesting story. Because basically there's no way for them to settle. Because they have to go separate ways, right? That kind of... And he's... Okay, so she has to choose. She has to choose either her career or Adi, as they said. That's kind of cool. I like it. This is much better than I thought it would be, to be honest. Obviously, it has that kind of cliche that every love story has. Like, there's a love story and then there's some drama that makes the relationship a little bit more complicated, but they always solve it in the end. These might be some spoilers, but I feel like she's either going to follow him, he's going to follow her, or she's going to give up her work for him or something like that. That's usually how these movies kind of end. And that's what I kind of don't like with them. You always know what's going to happen, basically. And that's what's cool about Reyes. You can't predict what's going to happen. He runs an illegal business and stuff. So that's kind of why I disagree with these kind of movies, because they're so predictable. Still, this is one of the better love stories that I watched, to be honest. Like, this looked very interesting, like, comparing to other love story trailers that I watched. Befikre also looked very interesting, because it has an original story. This one didn't really have that much of an original story, but it had good actors and like awesome scenes and like stuff like that builds up the movie. And even though they run with the usual stuff, they still made it into a good movie, and that's commendable from them. And that means they actually put a lot of work into it, and that means they completed it in a good way. So the story is awesome, even though I feel like almost every love story has this kind of stuff. Except that love stories usually don't have, they have to separate because of careers. So that's awesome, it's a new story, but it's still like these complications, and then they always solve it and stuff like that. But I feel like they told a little bit too much in the trailer, didn't they? You know what's going to happen, basically, in the movie. But that also sparks a lot more interest because you want to see how it happens and stuff like that. So as I said, a lot of big actors and actresses in here, awesome work from them. And the fact that they put English subtitles actually does a huge change. It makes it so much better. They write in the description, no strings attached romance until their careers pull them apart. So they're both, he's going to US and she's going somewhere else, I didn't really remember. And that's where the struggle begins. Like someone has to follow the other one or they both have to give up their careers. That's insane. So it's a good story, as I said. I feel like it's kind of connected to all other love stories, but still it's a good love story, good actors, good scenes. I said it was, in the beginning it kind of reminded me of Dilwale, but it really not at the same time. And there was some humor in there. There's always humor in these love stories movies, but still it was some funny humor as well. Like she was pretending to be pregnant to make him scared. That's awesome. That's a funny joke, to be honest. That's like something YouTube pranksters would pull against each other. So that's a nice touch of them to put that in there. Guess what? Reyes trailer.
अम्मी जान कहती थी कोई धंधा छोटा नहीं होता.
Any business is good business. No religion is greater than any business. That quote blows my mind every time because I can't understand, but I still understand it. Like.
धंधा बंद कर ले वरना सांस लेना भी मुश्किल कर दूंगा.
Oh, and now he counters. You can't stop the air.
मेरी सांस तो रोक लोगे लेकिन इस हवा को कैसे रोकोगे?
You don't fuck with Shah Rukh Khan. You do not fuck with Shah Rukh Khan. He will whoop your ass.
जो धंधे के लिए सही वो सही, जो धंधे के लिए गलत वो गलत.
So he's so focused into the business. Awesome. It's like taking eye drops and stuff. Is he allergic or something? This role fits him perfectly, as I said last time.
अगर कटने का डर होता ना तो पतंग नहीं चढ़ाता, फिरकी पकड़ता.
He's not scared at all.
छटक मजबूदार को कहीं सन्नाटे में ट्रांसफर कर दो साहिब. जहाँ जाता है साला नड़ता भिड़ता रहता है. आप मेरा ट्रांसफर कहीं भी कर सकते हैं. रईस को नहीं छोड़ूंगा मैं.
So the character Shah Rukh Khan is playing is called Reyes, right? And that's why he's never going to leave Reyes alone.
ले जाइए. रईस हाजिर.
Wow.
बनिएगा दिमाग मियां भाई की डेयरिंग.
Awesome quote. I didn't see this scene where Sunny Leon was in. Oh, that's just as I mentioned it. That's funny.
आ रहा हूँ.
I'm coming. And if Shah Rukh Khan is coming, you do not want to fuck with him. That's the rule of this world, and that's how it is. No, but in all seriousness though, Jaanu looked very good. Much better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like this, all as they always do. They kind of had the same story. But still, she has to choose career or her boyfriend, and he has to choose career or her. And there's going to be problems in there. There's humor, there's good scenes, there's good actors as well. So I definitely understand the like ratio because they deserve a lot of likes. Go check them out, go show them some love and support because they deserve it after creating this trailer, to be honest. So I have to commend them for doing a good trailer. They might have shown a little bit too much of the story, Jaanu, but I still feel like they did a good job. And the problem that I have, to be honest, is that I'm comparing it with Reyes. And that's a bad thing to do because they're two completely different movies and I shouldn't compare them like that. But I still do, and that's my fault and that's my problem, to be honest. Because Jaanu looks to be a good movie, just like Befikir was. A lot of people seem to dislike Befikir, but personally I thought it was pretty good because it was an original story, it was kind of dorky, you never knew what to expect from it. And that's And that's something that's original in love stories. You always know what to expect, but in Befikre you really didn't know what to expect. Like, she could show up naked, he could show up in an elephant costume and stuff like that. It's like no boundaries, and they were in love as well. So there's probably endless amount of jokes in there. I feel like I'm just talking about 3 movies at the same time, so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to understand what I'm talking about. I understand that, but still, what I'm saying is that Jaanu and Befikre are 2 like very original movies because of the way they're done, and that's something good. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and peace.